What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Raised.
With the season 2 ending, many of the fans were somewhat disappointed for it ending so soon, being cut short. Legacies, the next up-and-coming TV show on CW, had a huge success so far. And considering the number of episodes its sister's show had, The Vampire Diaries and the originals, this spin-off is a long way from over. In January 2020, Season 3 was renewed, and here are some of the things you should know before watching Season 3, for the old fans and the new who want to be a part of it. Legacy Season 3 release date.
I know I need to keep searching, because until I find what I'm missing, I'm hopeless.
When it comes to this topic of the Legacies regarding the Season 3, there's some good news and some bad news. The good news is that, from what we can see on the internet, the social media, many portals, stay behind the show intrigued and curious what's next and what will happen, which is very good. The bad news is that the show had to be postponed due to the situation of the coronavirus pandemic. With the show being cut short 4 episodes from the second season, there is a possibility, and probably the best scenario, that those episodes will be aired in Season 3. And about the date of release, the previous seasons came out in October, but under these circumstances, the show was pushed a bit, and we might see it coming next year, 2021. This means that likely we will have to wait until January 2021 to see what new nightmares await the citizens in Mystic Falls. The cast of Legacy Season 3.
You are one hell of a hype man.
Houdini said the same thing.
Considering the ending of Season 2 and the way it did, we don't have the best picture of who will be for certain in the release of Season 3, throwing out some major shocking twists. Fans can expect to see Legacy's originals, Danielle Rose Russell returning as Hope Mikaelson, and Arya Shagasemi reprising his role as Hope's love interest, Landon Kirby. Also, don't be surprised if returning the Vampire Diaries characters Rosie Saltzman, KAYLEE BRYANT, Alaric Saltzman, Matt Davis, and Lizzie Saltzman, Jenny Boyd, make it to Legacy Season 3. The TV show made a thorough job of incorporating some of the familiar faces from the previous shows, The Vampire Diaries and the originals, but there are still some characters the fans are dying to see next on the show. Julie Plec gave some slivers of hope for some of the fans and the returning characters when asked about the baddie Mikhail, Sebastian Roche. From both sister series preceding this one, she had some good news for the fans, indicating that we might see him in the near future. Plec gave a similarly guarded but optimistic response to questions about the return of the Vampire series originals Bonnie, Kat Graham, and Caroline Candace King. Plot of Season 3 Legacies.
I'm not sure, but she won't wake up.
Considering the ending of the previous season, not much of the plot is known, or at least until we know what will happen in the last 4 episodes that were supposed to appear for the ending of the season. But Julie Plec, in some of her Q&As, she had high hopes for the fans, leaving some breadcrumbs here and there. Questioned about whether the 3rd season will see a return of the monsters that have been terrorizing Salvatore High, or if we'll get an all-new set of villains, Plec replied. Both, as for the fate of a particular monster, the Sphinx, the one who wreaked havoc in Mystic Falls, the one delivering mysterious and inscrutable prophecies to our heroes, which the fans were trying so hard to decipher. We are here yet to see how the big role of the villain unfolds in the future. Plec promised, "You will eventually." And we have some good news finally for the headmaster at Salvatore's boarding school, and the Vampire Diaries alum Alaric Saltzman, Matt Davis. All fans know that he had a bad share in the love department, but hopefully and most certainly, that will change in Season 3 of the show. Plec stating that after the unfortunate events in his life, he will have a proper date beside him. Legacy Season 2 ending explained.
You're trapped here forever. I'm not trapped. Because we're not in the cabin anymore.
According to the script, the season still had 4 episodes to be aired, but the series of the 2nd season were cut short. And while the fans are eager to see the ending, not being granted to them the ending they were expecting to see, this impromptu ending served its purpose very well. Showing some of the best and mind-bending twists at the ending, the fans should be satisfied, and maybe even a little grateful with a grain of salt about waiting a longer period of time before they see the last 4 episodes of the 2nd season. One of the turning points in the series, and probably one of the most shocking ones, is when Hope gives Josie a Legacies lesson on believing in fairy tales, encouraging her about the strength, and how she's not bound to be corrupted by it, instead having her own strength, which later suits as a bad idea as she realizes what she is and uses it for bad intentions. Legacies Season 2 shocking finale.
Gia, to Lost, the terrace.
When it comes to the unexpected Season 2 finale, there are some good news and some bad news. The good news resulting in that Raphael and the others that died have been made puppets by the necromancer and brought back to life. The bad news, on the other hand, are much bigger and with many more loose ends. Starting with the deal with the necromancer that has to be went through with any terms and conditions. Although the covenant spell made deal with the devil by the group, even though it was made that whatever terms were agreed upon had to be followed through, Raphael made a critical mistake and asking for Landon revived. The necromancer said he could, and this is true, but Landon was part of the deal and he remained dead. As for Hope, after the transfer of Dark Josie's energy was complete, Josie woke up, but Hope still hasn't regained consciousness, which in this case, we will have to wait for the next episode to come to see what happens next. With all this in mind and the ending finale, which somewhat was accepted by the fans, delivered on one of the most interesting cliffhangers in the series franchise. KAYLEE BRYANT, few guest appearances before joining the cast of Legacies. One of the favorites on the show in today's time, KAYLEE had a long and rough road to finally get on the show. She had some guest appearances on the Disney Channel, particularly in Ant Farm, single episode turns on Suburgatory, Newsreaders, and Backstory. She also showed up on Disney XD's karate comedy Kicking It 3 different times in 3 seasons each. In 2016, a more mature KAYLEE moved on from Disney Channel and focused more on the streaming services, managing a spot on the Criminal Minds, which had a huge and important turning point in her career. This young, up-and-coming star is supposed to be one of the very important characters on the show, and her skills well appreciated in the upcoming events of the TV show. Legacies ratings and why to watch Season 3.
Why not? I'll raise these puppets, and I'll sever my tie with them.
From what we have seen so far, this universe after the 8 seasons of the Vampire Diaries and the original's 5 seasons, this young prodigy still in its early years, Legacies, has yet to show us what happens in the future of the series, with the Season 3 being possibly one of the turning points of what is going to happen in the future, and what our cast has to endure to get there. New and upcoming events from its predecessors has some good background on what is happening right now, and the reputation coming from them about what is yet to come. Since this series was aired on Netflix, it gained a lot of attention from every age group, indicating that this is a series to watch if you haven't already. A drama worth seeing for yourselves. This is a good show for teen and mature, as this drama captures many fields of the everyday lives our members on the show face, with of course some supernatural things here and there. And looking by the critics and viewers' end, there are nothing less than many marvelous and very good reviews from both of them. Fans' point of view.
I don't get it. The necromancer freed me and Alyssa, but Landon, he won't wake up.
From what we have seen so far about the upcoming Season 3 of the show, which is really minimal, when we talk about details and sources when compared to the other TV shows that are very popular right now, the die-hard fans are scrubbing here and there to find every little detail they can about their favorite show. They can't wait to see. When we see that there is not a definite trailer for the series yet, other than the one with the title Never Give Up, we can say that the show is very secretive about what is going to happen in the future. We did some digging and found one of the most viewed topics when it comes to series, and that is what is to come off from the series in the next season. Not particularly, but rather mostly and very strange. What characters, what cast will join them, some old, some new, all from its predecessors, and how can they put them all together to form a whole, and deliver the story that is yet to be seen. This is all for today, guys. Hope you liked the video. Please like and subscribe and hit the bell icon for more videos like this. Thank you!